host, Chris Haddad. We got a special guest with us today, Kenyel Velez, who's a manager at a lot of outdoor bars and indoor bars throughout the city of Boston. Kenyel, thanks for being with us today.
No problem. Glad to be on the show today.
So we're going to talk about, your in the city of Boston. You have more experience than most of them do, being 26?
26, yeah.
26
I'll be
years old now?
26 this year, yeah.
Yep. So you started as a bouncer?
Yeah, I've been working in the city since I was, 18 years old.
Okay.
Been in the bar scene for a while, so started in college, kind of
Yeah.
expensive curry bills.
Yep.
As you know, we went to college together. So had to pay, had to make a way. And so so a couple of buddies of mine worked at a couple of bars, so we got into it that way and, did, bounced, was a door guy, did a lot of that stuff. Also bartended, bar backs, management level of things.
Okay. And then where'd you start bouncing?
I actually started right across the street at Hurricane O'Reilly's.
Okay.
So that was my first gig at 18 years old. So
And then
props to Hurricanes.
yeah, and then you moved to an indoor manager after being so bouncer, bartender, bouncer, barback, bartender.
Yeah, a little bit of everything. So did security.
Yep.
Then went into bar backing. Learned how to bartend as a barback. And then from there went into the management stage of things. So a little bit of everything. Learned a little bit of how to do, from the bottom to the top type of thing. So I had a good grasp of a lot of things, and the other managers saw that in me, and they needed some help at the time. So they asked me to get from behind the bar to kind of a behind the scenes type of deal.
And that's the thing, when you're a manager, you kind of have to be a jack of all trades. You can't just step in
Absolutely.
as a manager and not have previous experience
Exactly.
before.
It's
So
just like sports.
yeah, no, exactly.
You start from the bottom and you work your way up.
Yeah.
Especially in this type of industry. To be a successful manager, to be successful in anything, you need to know a little bit of everything. You need to be strong-minded and from the bottom to the top, again, like we said.
Exactly, because you know what they've all been through.
Exactly.
The door guy has the troubles at the troubles at the bar, the bartender has the troubles with drunk people coming in.
Exactly. So you understand a little bit of what goes on throughout the night. From, again, like you just said, the struggles at the door, from what's going on behind the bar,
Yep.
making sure you have enough ice. It's a lot of little things that go on to make a successful night. It's not just show up, throw the music on, and
Exactly,
you're
sit in the
ready to go.
corner with your arms crossed.
Yeah, it's
and
not like that. There's
Yep.
a lot of things that, it starts at the beginning of the week. It starts to have a successful Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It really starts from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. It's like practice, every day during the
Exactly.
week, and then it's game time on Friday, Saturday.
Yeah. Now, is the Boston bar something that's kind of contagious? I know you got it when you were 18. Is it you kind of worked your way up? Now you have a day job, so it's not like that. This is all you do. So is it something that it's hard to get out of once you get into it, or?
I wouldn't say it's hard to get out of. It's a very fun industry to work in.
Yep.
If you're a personable person, you're gonna be successful and you're gonna have fun while doing it. That's kind of why I've stayed in this industry for so long. It's because of that. It's not so much it's hard to get into. Well, it is hard to get hard out of because it's so much fun.
Of course. Yeah.
It's fun as you have a great time. You meet people. You're consistently with a lot of people, and it is really a really fun atmosphere to be in. But obviously, this is something I did on the side and was successful doing it. But then I have my day job.
Yeah.
And that's what I focus on. But at the same time, it's fun and that's what keeps people in the industry for long periods of time.
Yeah. Doing MassNightly, I was working a day job.
Yep.
And I used to love when I got out of my day job to do MassNightly stuff, and it was something I look forward to. So I know you do your day job. I'm sure you look forward to the nights where you can just kind of kick back and not be.
Yeah, absolutely. You got the 9 to 5 grind, and then after that, it's another grind, but it's there's music playing. It's fun.
Exactly. It's something you enjoy. There's
absolutely.
girls running around. Yeah.
So it's not bad.
So let's get into the actual managing position. What's the biggest pain in the ass, with the best way to put it?
Employees.
Employees.
To be quite honest, this is an industry full of, I guess you could say, divas.
Yeah.
So you've got divas, you've got people who've worked in a place for a long period of time. So it's kind of you've kind of have to manage those employees to make sure that they're doing the right thing and they're running the establishment correctly. Because at the end of the day, you're running an establishment. You're pretty much running a franchise.
Of course.
For the owners,
Yep.
and you need to be very profitable. And the most important thing is making your employees sure the nights run correctly, so that at the end of the day, the ownership is making as much money as possible, and the venue is profitable, and that's really the main focus. That you have to remember.
And I'm sure as a manager, you got to handle everyone differently. You can't just say these rules are these rules. The girls you got to handle a little lighter, the guys you got to handle a little rougher. Or what do you think? Or is it?
It's really tough industry. When in the hospitality industry. So at the end of the day, it really comes down to your guests, right? So your guests are what's are paying the bills. So you got to make sure your guests are happy and your guests have the correct staff to have that, to have that going. So you have to make sure your staff is happy, and you may have to make sure your staff is treating your clientele happy and very well. That way, your night, there's a lot of positive energy. It's really about positive energy.
Of course.
So you want to keep positive energy. So that starts from your staff. So you keep your staff happy, you keep clientele happy, you keep the drinks flowing.
Yeah. And so is time an issue for you're out late night, probably till 2 a.m., right? And then you gotta wake up for work the next day. Is that
Yeah.
is that something that it's just like,
it's
oh,
a
I
long
gotta keep
grind.
doing
I
this,
did
but
it for like 3 years, legitimately 6 to 7 days a week. I'd have my 9 to 5 job, work 40 to 45 hours, and then on the weekend I was putting in 20 to 30 hours on the weekend. So it's very, very long 2 years of working.
yeah, and the paychecks are beautiful when they come back, but it's just one of those things where it's
great.
I gotta get up, I gotta
Yeah,
I gotta go.
it's
and
rough. I'd
yeah.
say I'd get home at 2. We close at 2. By the time you get out, clean up, everything's nice and set. You're looking at 3 a.m. You're out of there, and then by the time I get home, it's 4 a.m. Sometimes I have to be up by 7 to be at work at 8. So you're looking at 3-hour nights, and just a couple Red Bulls, couple sugar-free Red Bulls, and then get it going.
Get it going. Yeah.
You gotta just keep on it.
So I'm in the bar industry for about 2 years now. What are the people? I see a lot of regulars when I go to bars, the bars that we work with. You see the bartenders are great people, but like each bar attracts different crowds, right? So what's your take on the people that come to the bars that you worked at? Is it mostly just, all right, same people here, they can be a pain in the butt and just get out, or is it more of enjoy the night, just having fun?
I mean, I've been in so long that I've seen everything, right? So I've seen the newbies, the 21-year-olds,
the
bachelorette
girls
parties.
with the sash around their
The slash, exactly. It's my 21st birthday. I'm the bachelorette party.
the crown and everything.
Those are your biggest problems, right? They're great. You want those people. Those are your fillers, right?
Yeah.
They fill in the night. They bring people. Those are large parties. So you always want to, take care of those people and make sure they're having a great night, because you got to remember that's their 21st birthday. They only happens once.
Exactly.
The bachelorette party only happens once. So you want to cater to those people, and you have to remember this is their one time they're coming out. They want to commemorate that, event. So you want your night at that specific to be a
And
great
especially
night for them.
the bar you worked at was a good amount of 21-year-olds went there. It was a nice establishment, and it's places that you want to go to have a good time. So
exactly. So you want to have a good time. So you want to make sure those clientels, have a great time. But at the same time, those are kind of they come in already having a couple drinks. So but you have to cater to those people as well. So you have to make sure that you're watching them and make sure they're having a great time, and not being over too intoxicated. So you have to watch them a little bit. But those happen to be some of the trouble areas, like the big bachelorette parties.
Yeah, and they say it's not a good night unless you're falling over too. So
exactly. So they're expecting that.
The friends are expecting that too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you gotta be prepared for that as well.
Yeah. All right, so we went to the hardest part. What is the easiest part of being a manager? Is it overseeing the crowd and just making sure everything's going well? Is it the quiet nights when maybe the bar's not as packed and you're still getting paid?
The nights where it's slow and not busy, those are the hard nights, because you feel like you failed. Again, like I said, it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. You're trying to bring people into your venue. It takes a lot of work to make that happen. It's not just turn on the music and people are gonna show up.
Mm-hmm.
You have to build your night and build a good night to have a lot of people come and to have a busy night. So when that doesn't happen, it's kind of a little bit of a letdown.
Of course, yeah.
You feel like you failed a little bit, and those nights drag.
Yeah, and
there's not a lot of action going on. You've got you're used to there, and when that doesn't happen,
time slows. It goes by so slow.
Slow, and then it makes you think about everything that's going on throughout the night.
Yeah,
so
and
you kind of want to make more things happen.
Yeah, and I know we've done promotions, we've thrown events, and you cross your fingers that people show up, because you can control the people, but in a sense you can't. So it's like, all right, it's slow in here. Are people going to come? Are people not going to come? And like you say, it's a pride thing, and it takes a hit on you. Yeah,
it takes a hit on you. So some holiday weekends in the summertime, like July 4th weekend, everybody in the city knows that's a rough one. So you want to bring out as many people as you can from the beginning. It's going to be a lower level of people, so you want to build that night up as much as you can. Sure.
Now let's get into the bar layout. I want to talk about your thoughts on the bar layout, because if I was to design my perfect bar, I would have I have a whole sheet drawn out of how I would make it look.
Yeah.
So VIP tables.
Yeah.
I know you've worked at a couple places now, so they've been everywhere.
Yep.
Do you like them in the middle of the bar where everyone can see you, on the outside, on a catwalk?
Where are you
Or you're the manager, you're designing it.
We're designing the whole thing.
Yep.
If you're a VIP, you want to be seen.
Yeah.
You want to be seen spending money. You want to be seen having a good time. You want to be seen being. You want center of attention to be on you.
Yep.
So I mean, the way I see it is, you want it to be close to the DJ booth. You want a little bit elevated, so you're above
above everyone, so you can look down.
So you can look down on that and they can see you. And you want to be against the walls. You don't want to be crammed in the middle where there's people falling on top of you. You kind of want to be separated a little bit, where you enjoy your space, but you could see the scene. You could see all the people dancing, people having fun, and they could also see you having fun. And that's in a sense that's the illusion of everybody having a great time.
And they're all looking at you. It's, hey, I'm here buying VIP bottle service. Look at me, I'm having a great time.
And it's contagious.
Of course it is, yeah, because everyone wants to be a VIP.
Yep, absolutely.
No, so, adding on to that question, I know we're at the greatest bar here. It has 4 floors. What's your perfect floor level for a bar? Is it more is better, or is it?
In terms of, honestly, I like one level.
Yeah.
I've worked at places where there's multiple levels, so it is a little bit of a.
Yeah, I was gonna say places you've worked at multiple.
It could be difficult.
Yeah.
Because you could be very busy, but everything could be spread out throughout the 4
That's true.
floors.
Yep.
So you kind of want to keep people. You have to keep the flow going.
Yeah.
For example, so some places I've worked at, we don't open a certain floor till a certain amount of time, so we can make sure that everybody floods into one floor, has a great time. You keep the bar going. Keep the bar being busy, and then once you see that bar overflowing, you kind of want to push those bar sales over to another bar.
Yeah.
So you want the availability of drinks to go, to spread around.
Yeah, to circle around.
But you want the party. Essentially, a night is a party, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's tonight. Whoever comes to the greatest bar tonight, it's their party tonight.
Sure.
Right. This is the one time. This
it's
is
the
party
weekend.
for
You
them.
get
It's
2
the
days. You get 2 days to get it
2
done. Yeah.
So you want to be the fourth. So you want to keep that. You want to keep that party flow going in one level, and then once it gets really, really busy, then you can start spreading that out a little bit as the people flow through. So that's what I see is the difficulty of having multiple levels, is keeping that party flow going throughout multiple floors.
No, I gotta ask, because we've talked about this on previous shows. What's your cover if you have your own bar?
If we're in downtown,
if we're in
the city of Boston, 10 and 15.
10 to 15, yeah.
10 and 15, yeah.
I always think about that question because I think 10 is probably the highest, because there are some bars out there that do $15.
Yep.
Of course, you got to pay for the entertainment. It's not by the
Forget
cover.
about the entertainment portion of it.
Yeah.
You have to bring nowadays it's a lot about, again, like I said, the party atmosphere.
Mhm.
It's no longer just throwing anybody out there just to play
An iPod on, yeah.
An iPod on,
Yep.
exactly. So you want to play some great music. You want that party atmosphere. So you want to bring somebody in that's going to bring a lot of energy. You want to bring in a lot of things that are going to be a party atmosphere to the people. And that's really what it is. Again, like it's a celebration.
It is. It is.
You
Like,
don't
2
know.
days,
You don't
can't
know if
ruin it.
that's that person's first time at your venue. You don't know if that's that person's 100th time at that venue. But you want it to be a special event.
Yep.
Exactly.
And that's the point of it. So what would you change about the Boston nightlife scene if you had to change? If you had to change one thing, pick one thing.
If I had to change one thing about Boston nightlife scene, the size.
Yeah.
It's pretty small. To
It
be
is.
quite honest.
Everyone
We all
I mean, it's good because everyone knows everybody, but
everybody
in
knows
a
everybody,
sense,
which is
it's
awesome. It is a small. We all are a small market in terms of nightlife. We aren't a destination city, I guess you could say. So I hope with what Marty Walsh is going on, trying to extend the hours.
Yep.
I hope that it brings more of an international feel to the city of Boston,
Yep.
which I think is the goal. With that being said, if that happens, I think we get a lot more business to the city of Boston. And I think that would be great. It'll expand the size. It'll make us a destination city for vacations. Because people don't come to Boston to enjoy the nightlife, to be honest with you.
I don't know.
And a part of that is because the nightlife ends at 2 a.m. So if we were to be able to extend those hours, I believe that would bring an international flair to the city of Boston, which would be awesome.
Yep. Now, wrapping it up here, future goals for the Boston scene. What future goals for you? Let's start with that first. So future goals for you. Are you still going to stay manager? Are you looking to, stash away some cash, maybe buy a bar someday?
Honestly, I am an entrepreneur at heart.
Yep.
So I have some things in the works that I'm working on.
Okay.
Don't want to
don't
want to
no.
ruin anything.
I'd love
yet,
to have you do
but
it someday
I have some
on the
things
MassNightly
coming.
show.
I have some things coming in the future. But in terms of my future goals, I would love to own a bar in the future and be able to, put my stamp on something and say, I created this, I made this, and be a successful person in the city of Boston.
No, of course. And, the 8 years now you've been in the Boston nightlife scene, it would only make sense that someone like you would come in and you know how to regulate everything. You can draw up the bar with your VIP tables.
Maybe you make
That's right. We can find her.
I'll use the MassNightly app to get people in.
That's right. Yeah. See, I like that. Good plug. So, words of encouragement for someone who's Give you an example. My little brother, he's a bar back now at a bar.
Yep.
What words would you give to him or someone that wants to make it up through the bar scene to a bar manager?
Whatever the managers tell you, do it.
Yeah.
No questions asked. If they need to get done, don't ask questions. Get it done.
Just put your
It's all
nose down.
about speed and getting things done as quick as possible. If you don't know how to figure it out, figure it out.
Okay.
That's really what it is. You got to figure it out on your own and fast, because that's the only way you're gonna proceed. This is a sink or swim.
It is.
know,
It's a dog eat dog
industry.
world. It is.
Exactly. Absolutely.
It absolutely is.
If you can't figure it out, I'm gonna find somebody who can.
Yeah. Yeah. No, absolutely. So, you know, what's the biggest thing? I mean, what's your favorite part of managing a bar? Is it the girls? Is it the amenities of being a manager? Is it?
Girls are awesome. It's always fun. They always try and get free drinks from you.
Of
But
course. Yeah.
honestly, it's the atmosphere. You meet a lot of people. I've met a lot of my connections through nightlife, and maybe it hasn't done anything yet, but I know down the line, if I need something, I know I've met somebody that could help me out down the line.
Yep.
And that's definitely something. I mean, we knew each other from college, but I'm sure we would have crossed paths
At
in terms
some point.
of nightlife,
Yep.
right? It's the same case with a lot of the people I know, and some of my best friends come from nightlife. I have my 9-to-5 job, but a lot of my friends are from the nightlife world. I have a night off, a Tuesday day off.
Yep.
Monday night, I'm gonna hit up some of my friends that are working. Like, hey, where you working? I want to come visit.
Yep.
Have a good time, and they'll bring me to the right place to have a good time.
Exactly, and that's a huge point too, because I have friends too that are in the nightlife business where maybe your friends from home. I don't want to go out. I'm tired. It's it's a work night, but you have your friends in the industry. It's hey, we're going out tonight. It's a Monday night.
Exactly.
It's a Tuesday night, and you're like, I want to go out tonight.
I've got a list of people I know. They're down to go.
Your little
on
black
a
book,
weeknight.
yeah.
Yep, I got my little black book, exactly.
And you just want to, if you want to have a good time on a weekday. So, so we appreciate you coming on with us and expanding your wisdom.
Pleasure being on the show. Be back anytime you want.
Yeah, no, we'd love to have you back to follow up with your new entrepreneurship. Your entrepreneurship. Once again, this is Kenyel Velez, manager throughout the city of Boston.
You can follow me on
venues.
Twitter.
Follow him on Twitter
King_Kong_Kenny.
Kenny.
It's long.
And we appreciate it. Thank you very much.
All right.